Now, on the line, we have the manager of your first place Texas Rangers. It is Bruce Bochy. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Well, we're having a good old time today, loving the Rangers being in first place. And I know you kind of addressed this yesterday, but I am kind of curious, what are the next options when it comes to bullpen? Like, where do you look when there have been so many different people struggling in the bullpen?
Yeah. No, I'm surprised that's the first thing we're talking about. No, all kidding aside. It's a credible concern. No doubt. I think, we're all seeing the struggles there, with, the walks and the lone balls hurting them too. So it's just showing you that, as a group, they're having trouble controlling the strike zone. And, it's a work in progress right now, to be honest. When you have a couple of key guys at the back end that go through their struggles, I've said this, it's hard to replace them. But to answer your question, every day we go through a game plan, the matchups that we think are the best for these guys, and try to stay behind them. A part of this whole deal is try to keep their confidence, because there's no doubt it's been shaken, and because they're better than this, and they got to be better than this, and we believe that we're a lot better than what's going on right now, and so that's part of this whole deal is just keep trying to support them and not let that doubt creep inside their head too much, which I think it has at times, because we do have some good arms from the left side, the right side. So anyway, I like Leclerc, the way he's trending. His stuff's gotten better. I think Burke. So we'll start including those guys along with Reagans. Barlow was the guy that comes in and, he throws some really good sliders, and, he just made a big mistake yesterday. He's got the experience. So now you go in that one alley and go, okay, Joe, we're going to push him back down. That's the tough call, how much you stay behind these guys, because you hate to keep shooting from the hip, with guys that we're using late. And I think they're all capable of doing it. So today, Mike and I will talk, and Brett Hayes, we'll talk about our strategy as we get deep in the game.
And I'm kind of glad you brought that up, Bruce, with the first part, or the part of, not letting them get in their own heads. When you see how their teammates respond, that's kind of another area that could get shaken. How do they keep not only their own confidence and, hey, we can keep doing this, but maybe even not even getting down on teammates and that part of it?
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking about the rest of the club?
Yeah, like the infielders and everything else that are out there.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, but, the way they have bounced back, I have no concern with them.
Yep.
They'll keep grinding. They did last night. Gave up, 5 runs, a grand slam, and here we had the time run on deck. So, you know what? They're a tough group, a resilient group, which they have shown, and so I don't have the concern there. But
Good.
With that said, we got to get better, and because after a while, you to your point, maybe you do get punched too many times. But right now, no, this is a good group. They know, we're going through a little bump in the road here with that bullpen. I said this last night, every team wish they were perfect in every area, whether it's hitting, base running, defense, our little glitch is the bullpen right now. It's not so much a little one. It's been an issue. There's no getting around it. So we'll keep working on trying to tighten this up.
Boch, you have so many positive storylines, and you're having a good year. You're still in first place in the West, and one of them that I'm somewhat surprised about is Josh Jung. I know he's a good prospect, But I thought, well, he could get off to a slow start. He doesn't have tons of minor league experience because of his injuries, but he is on pace right now for a 30 home run season for a year that he might have 100 RBIs. You've kept him in that 5 spot, and he just keeps producing for you. Can you talk about his maturity and growth throughout the season, especially batting 5th every day?
Yeah, I love the guy. I love the way he goes about his business. How I'm talking about how he prepares for a game. He's a learner, man. He continues to work on his craft, on defense, on offense. Love his energy. He's engaged during the game. Great teammate. And at the end with he's a really, really good talent, great talent. He can hit the ball out of any part of the ballpark. He's dangerous. He gives you good at-bats. So there's really no part of the game you don't like about him. I mean, he's not going to go out and steal a lot of bases if you were looking for something, but he comes to play every day. And I just love his attitude. He plays to win. He's all in to win. And this kid, he's got no doubt in his ability. So I'm not surprised at what I'm seeing because I saw this in spring training.
It's interesting that you say that because you were really high on this team coming out of spring training, and now Nate Lowe is like, you can't sleep on the Rangers. If we're not in contention coming down the stretch, I'd be very, very surprised. Is that a point of pride with this team to show that they weren't a fluke, that they are real, or does that even really matter at this point in the season?
Oh, I think it matters that this team, has raised a bar on their expectations. They should. I mean, with the team that we have, I talked about that in our opening meeting. We're really good. And you look at this lineup, and you look at this pitching, the starting pitching, and we thought the bullpen would be better. There's no getting around that. And we didn't quite see this coming with our struggles. And, it's like a virus hit, and we're hoping that, we get over this virus and get those guys going. But, no, they match up well against anybody as far as, the starter that goes out there. And this offense, you've seen how they have really competed well against some of the aces on these teams. And so I think it is important that they believe that. Because if you don't believe it, it's the old adage, you'll believe who you are, and that's going to determine what you will be. And this club really believes that they're good.
Bruce Bochy joining us here on the K&C Masterpiece on 105.3 The Fan every Tuesday. And I'm kind of curious, have you checked to make sure that Marcus Semien's human? Because that dude seems to, when he sees ball, he just hits it, and he hits it hard. He's hitting everything, man. Yeah,
no, I'm with you. I heard about his slow start in last year, but he's just, he's just such a good all-around player too. He knows the game. He's a shortstop playing second. I just love his athleticism. He's like having another outfielder where he goes back on the ball, where he goes across the bag on that backhand. But to your point, he can hit. He can flat out hit, and he's clutch. So no, I know how lucky I am to have a guy I just pencil in the lineup every day. I don't even check on him because he'll feel insulted. I'm just glad we played 5 innings a couple days ago. I took him out. I thought he'd be asking me why, but he took it well because we had that big lead. And so anytime I get him off his feet, I will. But he comes to play. He's not going to want to sit.
Y'all have had so many players in the lineup this year come through, whether it was planned, whether they needed to be a replacement or whatever, which is why I boldly declared yesterday that the Rangers have the best offense in Major League Baseball right now. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that statement?
No, I'm with you. I think when you saw the series between us and the Braves, you saw similar offenses, dangerous, balanced, hard-fought series. They took the series, but, we lost it late. It could have gone our way. We played very well against them, and, I could say the same about them against us. But Yeah, I think it's as good as any offense in the league now. You know, you got to look at what Tampa's doing, obviously. I mean, they're doing some incredible things there, but you look at the total runs scored, and that's us. So, you know, granted, we have done against some position players, but that's a credit to how good this offense is that teams are having to use position players.
Leury was batting 204 in the month of April, and I know he got hurt at spring training, and that might have been why he got off to a little bit of a slow start. In May, he's batting 391 with a 944 OPS. Can you give us an idea on how hard Leury worked on maybe changing his game from last year to this year, and then how it's improved so much in this month of May?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really amazing how fast that turnaround was. And part of it now, he missed spring training, basically. So, you know, that's a tough deal, and you miss those at-bats, and rehab wasn't long with an injury. We probably brought him up a little bit early, and he's still trying to find his timing. But you have to give credit to our hitting guys, Donnie Eckert, Tim Hires. I think they've done it, especially from the left side. He has a better foundation. You know, I'm talking about his legs. He's using them better. Has helped him lay off a lot of pitches. He's not chasing that ball down like he used to earlier in the season. And he just has a lot of confidence going from both sides. And this guy, sometimes we forget how young he is. And when you watch his batting practice, I mean, he's got power from both sides. Can run. He's got a chance to, you know, be an impact type player. That's how good I think he can be, you know, with the ceiling that's on him.
Boch, I have a historic question. Growing up as a kid, I always remember kind of on This Week in Baseball, the 1984 World Series, and there's a meeting at the mound, and Sparky Anderson looks at Kirk Gibson and says, "He doesn't want to walk you." And Kirk Gibson ends up hitting a home run. I know you're on the wrong side of that World Series there. Do you have any kind of fun or inside information in that moment or after that game on that historic moment in baseball?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, tough series for us. You know, our starting pitching really struggled. We split with them in San Diego. Then they took 3 straight. You know, for me, it was a big moment. I got one at bat and got a hit, so I'm hitting 1,000. So, you know, I'll take that. And I was grateful. Dick Williams gave me the one at bat. But, you know, later on, as years went by, Goose got put in the Hall of Fame along, you know, with Dick Williams, and Goose called Dick Williams, you know, to congratulate him, and his wife Norma answered, and he goes, "Hey, Nora, this is Goose. I should have walked him." So tell Dick that, but I need to talk to Dick. And Dick says, "It's Goose. Dick, you want to talk to him? You still mad at him for not walking him?" And so they had a little fun there. If you knew Dick Williams, he wasn't one to give in too much. And Goose was probably the only guy that could have talked him out of it, and he did. And but Goose's numbers were incredible against Gibson. He did strike him out for the most part, but on that particular night, he got him.
The Bruce Bochy joined us here on the K&C Masterpiece. Now, Jared Sandler does the radio play-by-play for the Rangers here on 105.3 The Fan and the Rangers Radio Network, and he also does some pre- and post-game show work as well. And recently, he did an impression of you, Bruce, and I was wondering, we're going to play this for you real quick. How accurate do you think Jared Sandler's impression of you is?
I think he is, you know, to a man going home, looking around and just looking in the mirror and talking to himself saying, "Bruce, well, I don't know what you could have done differently." I can't do Bruce Bochy voice. I'm sorry.
So that is Jared Sandler doing his Bruce Bochy impression. Your thoughts on Jared's impression?
Not bad. Yeah. Actually, Maddox did me yesterday. So, no, I get that a lot. So, no, all good there. And, you know, Jared, you know, he's a hard worker. I saw him in the hotel working out today, man. He's getting in shape for something.
He gets up at like 4 a.m. every day to go do that.
Yeah, no, he gets after it in there. So he's on a mission.
You said a lot of people have tried impersonations of your voice. Did you ever have a teammate or friend or anything that you're like, they really got it to a T? That was nice.
Oh, man. I know Posey used to do it occasionally, do me. Gosh. I can't think of anybody really. A lot of guys do it. They actually would have this deal where everybody had to do it. And so, they had fun with that. And they haven't done it here yet. So I'm hoping they don't. There's nothing worse than hearing your own voice sometimes.
Man, that's true.
Trust me, I feel
agree.
that. Yeah,
Radio,
I definitely understand that.
We wonder how people can listen to us at times.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Thanks,
and
Bruce.
we look forward to talking with you every week. Can't wait for next week as well.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you next week.